Well, gang, we are back at it with today's Crash to the Titans, a double crash against Cyclops and looks like Ragnarok. Yeah, if I can talk, Cyclops is a red, yellow, and black user, at least the 3-star version is. So let's take a look at him real quick. Alright. Optic Blast is his red ability that costs 4. I mean, it does not cost 4. It literally is 10, but it is at level 4. There we go. So it destroys a random row of tiles and then deals damage. And destroyed tiles don't generate AP or deal damage. Mutant Revolutionary is his yellow ability that costs 7. And he'll convert 7 random team up tiles into basic red tiles. So you see his yellow feeds into his red, and it also feeds into his black. So Full Blast is his black ability that costs 13. So it deals damage to the target enemy, and if there's more than 9 red tiles on the board, then he deals an additional amount of damage to the target, but then he stuns himself for 1 turn. Okay, affiliations for Cyclops for all those that care. Heroes, I mean, kind of obvious. X-Men, I mean, kind of obvious. Mutants, I mean, I would hope so. Team Cap, Battle World, and fan favorites for all those that care. And yeah, this crash here is going to be fun for me to say the least. X-Force Wolverine is technically a 4-star, but he is an ascended 5-star. In my case, green, black, and yellow user, though at one point in time he had a red ability too, but that was a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Its green ability, X-Force, cost 8. Again, this is 5-star damage, so it does 39,369 damage, which is nice, and destroys 15 tiles in 3x3 X-shaped patterns, dealing triple match damage for each one, but doesn't generate AP. I just hit that probably once, and Cyclops is pretty much done for. Surgical Strike is his black ability that costs 11. This has been reworked so many times. There was a terrible version when it was initially released. There was the downright busted version when Jane Foster Thor was kind of released. Then Wolverine got another rework where it just made it terrible. And then he got another rework where I think this is the current rework. So this is revision 4, I believe, 4 or 5. But anyway, they restored Surgical Strike back to where it was in the second rework. So again, it costs 11. It destroys every tile in the enemy team's strongest color, dealing 22 damage per tile, and reduces the enemy AP in that color by 10. Also too, what it doesn't mention when it says it reduces the enemy the color reduces the enemy AP in that color by 10, you steal it. So effectively, if you target somebody that their strongest color happens to be black, you just refunded Surgical Strike. Like in all those tiles that are destroyed, yeah, that's AP gain to Wolverine too. Like, it's just nuts. And then finally, Recovery is his yellow ability that costs 6. Not much home to write about. creates a 3-turn yellow countdown tile that restores 13,039 health when activated, and then the countdown tile happens to be matched either by us or by the AI. Wolverine destroys 6 random tiles, dealing 2959 damage per tile, and doesn't generate AP. Higher levels, more healing, more tiles destroyed randomly, more damage per tile, yada yada yada. Alright, his affiliations for all those that care is Heroes, duh, Mutants, X-Men, Weapon X, Enhanced, and Fan Favorite for all those that care. And no, I don't want to recruit again. Costume we're gonna probably use, we're gonna use the retro costume, and then we're gonna use the classic costume. Alright. So, how do we beat Cyclops? I mean, in my case, it's probably just gonna be mostly match damage. But what you can do, you can gather up enough green, hit him with the X-Force, again, as long as you have it at level 5, pop him in the face. That should do enough damage to make the fight close enough for you. Or you can just go surgical strike, drain all that red, and then have no use for red. You don't really have to worry too much about Cyclops' black, because again, if it takes more than 13 AP to get to his full blast, you fall a little bit too long. But you see here, here's the damages for all those moves there. I said 2 matches, and this man here is pretty much near death. Or, okay, he's halfway. Probably the time stone is doing a little bit of the heavy lifting, but okay. Yeah, it'll probably take longer with the descriptions of the fights than I will actually doing the fights. Alright, shield resupplied. Thanks everybody for playing. Alright, Ragnarok. Green, red, and yellow user. Alright, his green ability. This one here costs 14. And we're gonna look at the power description in a minute. Godlike power. For those who've been playing Marvel Puzzle Quest for as long as I've have 10+ years, you remember Godlike power was even more busted than it currently is. I mean, this version here is terrible, but the old version, whenever you fired off Godlike power, you gain say it would destroy tiles in the middle. It'll destroy the two middle columns. You gain AP from all those tiles that were destroyed, and Godlike power was like stupidly cheap. I forget. It wasn't nothing stupid like 2 AP. I think it was maybe, was it 5? Like it was stupidly cheap. But anyway, I digress. The current version of Godlike power costs 14. It deals damage to all enemies, and then deals damage to Ragnarok's allies, and destroys a random column, and it doesn't generate AP. Thunderclap is his red ability that costs 6, adds 4 blue tiles on the board, and then deals damage accordingly. And Lightning Rod is his blue ability that costs 8. It converts 2 green basic tiles into green charge tiles, and then it gives him a burst of healing. And then Ragnarok's affiliation for all those that care. Villains, Dark Avengers, Team Iron Man, Synthetic, Non-Humans, and Hammer for all those that care. Alright. So this fight here against Ragnarok, I thought I had... Oh no, that was Storm I had it equipped to. That's what it was. Alright. Ragnarok, this one is pretty simple. Try to deny red and blue. If he happens to get green off, again, you still have Surgical Strike to drain all that green AP, and then you can convert that into your X-Force and then, you know, put him to sleep that way. But I'll let my matches do the talking, hopefully. Well, Ragnarok, I was gonna let you fire off your ability, but I forgot how stupidly powerful an Ascended 5-star is. Alright, now, who to pair up X-Force Wolverine with? Well, since mine is an Ascended 5-star, I can pretty much pair him up with just about anybody. 4-star, well, 5-star Thor. Not Jane Foster Thor, but the other Thor. Thor, half Thor. But anybody that can generate you black AP, quick, fast, and in a hurry. So someone like Domino, who we used in the Pulsar Gauntlet. So someone like her, someone that can generate green for you. So an Amadeus Show, that'll be an option there too. And you're not really worried too much about Wolverine's yellow. I mean, the heals are fine, but it's not anything that you need to write home about. Now, before he had his little rework, his Surgical Strike was so bad that it was pretty much decided, yeah, just use his yellow ability. Now, yeah, you pretty much want to have a Surgical Strike at 5 and then have his X-Force, which that was kind of dumb too, how worthless that was. You would have that at 3, his Surgical Strike at 5, and then his yellow ability at 5, because the damage he was doing was pretty pitiful. And speaking of Domino, so the next crash, it's gonna have Domino up in there. So that means we are nearing the end of the cycle of the Crash of the Titans. It seems like it to me, because if we're at X-Force Wolverine and X-Force Domino, yeah, we're closing down to the end, at least for this cycle here. But we will continue Crash of the Titans. All right, we'll talk about Spanish Heritage Month, and we'll see about the Claw Machine Vault real quick. We'll see what that's all about. As you can see here, it's got retro costumes. So that's the 4-star Black Panther retro costume. Polaris retro costume, which I already have. The retro costume for Iron Man Mark 46, which I think I have. And then the one for Gambit looks like, what is it, 5 legendary tokens, at least to the classics, 5 of the latest legends, Then you got shards for all those characters there. Cool deal. Okay, then Hispanic Heritage Month. Excuse me. Hispanic Heritage Month. Hola, amigos. And so this will be going on for the month of September and October. So as we see here, shards for Robbie Reyes, legendary token, Chimichangas, and then covers for our various Hispanic heroes. Miles Morales, you have Sam Alexander, Nova, Reptile, I mean, okay. 400 shards for our good friend Robbie Reyes. Got America Chavez with her 400 shards. Miguel O'Hara. And again, Reptile and Miles. So I mean, it's a decent-ish vault. 600 shards for Robbie. Now there should be ways to get these covers here, or I should say the to get the tokens. I would imagine use Robbie, use Miles, whomever to get those covers there, or to get tokens for the vault. Okay, snap to it, that's still going on. Restart special, don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Powered up pack. Okay, lightning deal, yeah, give me legendary tokens. Right. So it must. I need to see before we go. Nothing in today's news. Okay. So yeah, so that's it here. Do all the YouTube stuff, like, share, subscribe. Be excellent to your fellow human beings, and we will be back at it next week. Until then, peace.